Hey guys, Grace here with another episode of Sunday Sitdowns, the weekly series where I take a look at controversial or hot button topics in the Dead by Daylight community and give my own 2 cents on the issue. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at probably one of the most controversial issues currently, the Give Up Epidemic. For those of you who are unaware, there is currently a plethora of survivors going next on hook for seemingly no reason. They'll lose a single chase, or get a killer they don't like to face, or a map they don't like to play on, or any other multitude of reasons and give up on their first hook. Or, if they get unhooked by their team, will attempt to have the killer rehook them so they can continue the behavior. The problem with them doing this is that it is incredibly unpleasant for both sides to have to endure this. On the survivor side, they're now stuck in a 3v1, usually fairly early into the match, and have essentially lost the game unless the killer makes some serious mistakes. And then on the killer side, the match is practically a guaranteed win, and for most people this isn't very exhilarating gameplay. I mean, when I queue for killer, it's to kill people, not to watch them do it to themselves. There are a few arguments, if you can even call them that, for this behavior. Many people defending it will say it's due to the DC penalty being too punishing. This is only partly true, as the penalty is only that severe after your third DC or more, with the first and second being 30 seconds and 5 minutes respectively. If you are DCing often enough that your DC penalty is too high, at that point you are clearly having a bad time in your play session and may as well go play a different game. Why punish everyone else when you could simply go play some other game and have a better time doing so? This leads into another issue with giving up on hook. When you queue for survivor, you are well aware of the potential things you could face. If you are so miserable when you face a certain killer, playstyle, or even playing on a certain map that you feel the need to immediately quit, why even queue? Again, all this does is ruin everyone else's experience. The second part of the issue at hand is, how do we handle this behavior? I personally am partial to what I have dubbed tummy time, in which I would down the survivor trying to get me to hook them and leave them there for the entire 4-minute bleed out timer. This gives them the option of either DCing and giving their team a bot, or sitting there for the entire 4 minutes before they are able to go to their next minute. Many other killer mains I know have adopted this policy, or their own version of it, and it has recently begun receiving flack from other people, claiming it is a waste of time on the killer's part, as according to them, this drags the match on for the killer when they could have just had a person out. This could not be further from the truth. For one thing, if your toddler is prone to drawing on their face with crayons or markers, you aren't going to uncap the marker for them and give them free rein. You're going to put the marker on a high shelf, far out of reach from them. It's the same concept. As far as it being a waste of time on the killer's part, it takes more time to pick that person up, carry them to a hook, place them on the hook, and walk away than it would to just walk away from them in the first place. At the end of the day, what concerns me most about this behavior is its impact on the longevity of the game. I know I, for one, am tired of having it happen in many of my matches. For example, as you may be able to tell from the background gameplay, the David attempted to give up on first hook, was rescued, and in what can only be described as a temper tantrum, ran around the map, dropping every pallet they came across. Anytime he was picked up after I had left him on the ground, he would get right back to work. This absolutely ruins the experience for everyone else in the game, all because David didn't want to play the game in the first place. Many people in the gaming community will claim many times that something will kill their game. Be it a terrible meta, a massive bug, or any other plethora of reasons, it is a constant comment made by Doom posters. Do I think this issue will kill Dead by Daylight? No, absolutely not. But it will kill my enjoyment of the game, and is killing the enjoyment of the game from many of my friends as well. As far as what behavior should do to correct the issue, a few suggestions have been thrown around. The one I'm most partial to is the reintroduction of the depipping system. For those of you that are newer to the game, Dead by Daylight used to have a system in place that caused you to lose pips if you did not earn enough points to earn a pip. This was removed in April of 2024, and ever since, there has been a steady increase in survivors going next on hook as soon as possible. Coincidence? I think not. Therefore, it is reasonable to assume that a return of that system would largely remove the problem in the long run. What do you all think of the Give Up Epidemic? Do you think it's unhealthy for the game, or that it's not as nearly as bad as people make it out to be? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, subscribing, all the algorithm stuff. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!